Welcome to Hedgehog's Hungry Hodgepodge. This week we're making something to awaken your senses. Tangy, creamy, and delectable, it's my banana pepper chicken. Let's get started. First we're going to make our marinade. Right, here I've got a food processor. You can also use a blender. And I'm adding about a cup of banana peppers, the jarred kind that are in the liquid. You're also going to add half a cup of Dijon mustard and 3 tablespoons of honey. And you'll just whir it all together until it's incorporated. Okay, here I've got a gallon-sized Ziploc type bag, and I put it in a little bucket so it's just easier to pour everything in. You're gonna add your marinade to that. Then to that marinade, you're gonna add a pound of boneless chicken tenderloin. Before you put it in the marinade, you're gonna wanna salt and pepper it. Then you're gonna wanna seal it up. Make sure there's no air left in there. And then make sure the chicken is entirely coated in the marinade. And then you're just gonna let that sit at room temperature for 2 hours. If you want to marinate it longer, you can pop it into the fridge after the 2 hours are up. You just want to take it out 30 minutes before you're gonna cook it. Next, we're gonna make our pasta sauce. Alright, I've got a medium pan over medium heat, and I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil and let it heat through. Now that it's heated through, I'm going to add a half of a chopped onion. I'm going to let that saute for 4 minutes. I've also got a large pot of water that I brought to a boil, and I salted it. And I'm going to add about half a pound of linguine. I'm going to cook it for the allotted time that it says on the box. That may differ depending on what kind of brand you get. Mine is 9 minutes. Once you've let the onions saute for a bit, you're going to add 3 cloves of chopped garlic. Then you're going to let that saute for an additional minute. Next, I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of the marinade that I reserved from the chicken. I'm just going to stir that in really quickly. Make sure it's all combined. And I'm adding about a 1.5 cups of heavy cream. I'm going to stir this in, and I'm going to let it reduce for about 8 minutes. Now that you've let the cream reduce, you're going to add about a 1/4 cup of shredded Parmesan, and you'll stir that in until it's melted in. You're also going to add a 1/4 cup of chopped parsley, a pinch of salt, a pinch of pepper. Combine it all together. Then you're just going to pour it into the pasta that you drained previously. And you'll toss it all together and you'll set it aside. Then we're going to cook our chicken. Alright, I've got a George Foreman grill here that I've preheated. You don't have to use a George Foreman, especially if you don't have one. You can use a grill pan if you want, or an actual outdoor grill, or you can even pan fry them. The timing is about the same. Here, I'm going to be putting these on here for 4 minutes in total because it's going to be cooking both sides. Any other version of this, you'd be cooking them 4 minutes on each side. And you just want to shake off the marinade just a little bit so it's not too much marinade. And finally, we're going to put it all together. Pair this dish with a Sauvignon Blanc or a Merlot, and for my beer lovers, grab yourself an IPA. All my recipes can be found at www.hedgehogshungryhodgepodge.com. You can leave comments and suggestions there right here on YouTube. I'd love to hear what you think. I'll see you guys next week for another episode of Hedgehog's Hungry Hodgepodge. Bye!